how's everyone doing tonight? Jumping on here a few minutes early and getting set up. Getting that chat turned on. I think I am. We'll know here in about a minute. Restream chat installing. Please wait, it says. So while I'm waiting, how's everyone doing tonight? We'll be, I was going to say we'll be starting right at 8, but it's going to be tight. Well, in the meantime, while my chat is attempting to pull up here, I'll go on here and share this video. Don't forget, you guys are welcome to share this too if you so feel inclined. Let's see here. Everything's running a little slow. That's all right. We're going to be just fine here, folks. I think with the chat installing, it's got everything. Well, let's see. Here's the chat. The chat is up. If you have wrote anything prior to this just now coming up, it's on a different page, so I can't see it. But I wrote good evening. It is now 8 o'clock. Time to begin. Hey everybody, this is Brian Hope. Welcome to the Chiller Night Live pre-show, where from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until a few minutes shy of 9 p.m. I'll sit here and we will chat about, I'll be mentioning the Chiller Night television programming lineup coming your way at 9 p.m. So, online for most of you. Some of you can watch it on TV. But anyways, we'll be talking about that. We'll be chatting about all things horror, science fiction, paranormal, or nostalgia, collectibles, anything within those genres that you want to chat about. We've talked about pro wrestling and Western movies, so it's basically, to be honest with you, pretty much anything you throw at me within reason. Let's see. Ava... I saw it. Okay, Ava wrote, hello everyone. Brian Ivers wrote, oh no. Whose is that? Ava, didn't you write something on here? Where's she at? Brian says, hello everyone. John says, it's Saturday night. Time again for your hour of custom crafted entertainment. I'm Crozak the Grand, and it's time for Chillin' Night Pre-Show, and here's your host, Brian Hope. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Roger says, good evening. Good evening, Roger. Thought Ava wrote something on there. All right, now I gotta find my. I'm telling you, every week not every week, but when they switch this around on me, it really throws me off. Tom says, I think it's Wolfman. It is Wolfman. That's a doozy of a t-shirt. I like it. Renee Cruz says, oh, ha. Hey, Renee, thanks for joining us. Richard B. Happy says, Jack Shadow is the best. I know he eats that stuff up. He loves to hear that. Well, thank you. Um, let's see. Tom says, Lon Chaney Wolfman, to be exact. Yeah. He was an excellent Wolfman. He and Oliver Reed. I liked Oliver Reed's too, I gotta say. Renee says, oh, Patterson, Gimlin, Bigfoot in your intro. Awesome. Yeah. Yep. Gonna throw that in there. You know, what's interesting, in the intro, speaking of intro, Daniel says, love your shirt and background, very atmospheric. Thank you, I appreciate that. In the intro, I was watching it, and I caught a glimpse of, I just realized this, like 5 minutes before tonight's show, because I was anticipating the 4-year pre-show anniversary. Well, let me tell you what I did. I've been so busy here lately. I'm going to put up the picture from last year, and then I'll cover that 3 up with the 4. You know what happened? Last week, I missed the 4-year anniversary. It was last week. Last week would have been the 3rd week in April, and that's when I started this up 4 years ago. I completely missed it. So happy anniversary to the pre-show. We're a week late, but happy 4-year anniversary nonetheless. I just can't believe I did that, but I've been so busy, and it's not letting up. And nothing bad. It's all good, but it's just I can't believe I did that. I can't believe it. So there we go. Happy 4 years to us here during this pre-show. Now, with that being said, May 7th, that being the first Saturday in May, will be coming up on the 14-year anniversary of the hosted horror show. It was originally entitled Sleepy Hollow Theater. Essentially the same show. Chiller Night Theater is what we know it as since 2015. But Jack Shadow's been hosting, with Aura the Witch, and Elle's been there for quite a while also. But we've been doing this since 2008, so we're coming up on our 14-year anniversary. We'll have to think of something special to do for that. Renee says, cool, happy 4th anniversary. Thank you. Tom says, watched my favorite Easter movie last weekend, Donnie Darko. Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah. I can see that being an Easter movie. John says, if you're looking for a good reason to get a 4K DVD player, here's a good one. Heavy Metal is now available on 4K Blu-ray. I didn't realize that. You know, that's funny because I've watched that movie within the last year. I found it on one of the streaming channels, and I actually checked it out because it's what came out so long ago. I never watched the whole thing, but I sat and watched the whole thing there on just within the last year. So that was kind of a blast from the past. That was kind of cool. Terrence says, Chiller Night crew, rise up. John says, happy anniversary. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. That is, no, I can't believe I missed that. I normally make a big deal out of that, as you can see in the picture and in the intro. I tux up, you know, and have the little celebratory champagne glass and all that. So, let's see, Tom says 2005, I think. What, for Donnie Darko? Is that what year that movie came out? Richard B. Happy says Soylent Green is the best movie ever. And that, the setting for that, if I'm not mistaken, is in the year 2022. Is that right? I should have Tom. Tom, we gotta coordinate that again, so you can look that stuff up. And that's my fault. I haven't been reaching out to people. I haven't been able to really keep up with things. It's only people, Tom says. Terrence says, I saw Vampire Hunter D and Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust 2 anime movies. They were pretty good. I've seen them advertised, or I've seen the the image for the select, but I haven't actually watched it. I think I started watching the first one, maybe a couple minutes of it, and then I got sidetracked. But you think that was pretty good? Okay, cool. Well, there you go. If you wanna once want to watch Vampire Hunter, they are. What's that on, Terrence? Was it on Netflix, or is it on a streaming channel? I thought it was on. I thought I saw it on Netflix, but that was a while ago, so I don't know if I'm remembering that right. Renee says Heavy Metal, the movie featuring Black Sabbath's "The Mob Rules" soundtrack. Yeah, that was so. Like I said, I watched that within the last year. It was such a it was such a blast from the 80s, you know. Was it the 80s or late 70s? I thought it was like an 80 or 81. I don't know. Tom, I need you. You look that stuff up. Tom says I was wrong. Darko was 2001. Well, he got that wrong. I mean, who knows? Who knows what else he could have got wrong tonight if he were here joining us. So Amanda says, good evening, everyone. Hey, Amanda, thanks for joining us. Terrence says, I saw it on BitChute. Oh, on BitChute. Okay, okay. Yeah, Tom says Heavy Metal. That's going back quite a few years. Yeah. Oh, Renee says 81. Okay. And Tom says Heavy Metal was 81. Wow. That's something. The year Raiders of the Lost Ark came out. I saw that being posted somewhere, but I remember going to the theater to see that one. I love the 80s. I miss the 80s. John says, if you want classic anime movies on Twitch streaming service, they're playing Robot Carnival and Akira tonight. On Twitch streaming service, if you want to watch that, Robot Carnival and Akira. All right, there you go. Now, let me tell you what we're playing tonight. Speaking of tonight's shows. Tonight at 9, we'll be watching Samson versus the Vampire Woman. Remember that? Now, hey, you speak, I listen, folks. I think it was Doc Dredd who mentioned that last week. I told you guys last week I was putting that on here this week. It'll be the feature movie, Samson versus the Vampire Woman. Then at 10:45, again, folks, these are back to back that I'm running these. There might be a few minutes, just a few minutes, in between if you want to dash off to the kitchen, grab an adult beverage and then rush back to your chair. Well, I gave you a few minutes to do that. Just don't be running with scissors. 10:45. The movie is Killers from Space. 12:10. The Snow Creature. Then at 1:35, Kill, baby. Kill. So there you have it. All 4 movies on tonight, beginning at 9 p.m., which is less than an hour. So let's see. Tom says my graduation year from high school was 81. Aha! That was back your ways. Mine was 86. All right, so I'm not too far behind you. 86, and that was. I hate to say this, Tom, but me, I graduated 36 years ago this summer. So, I'm sorry. These are not pleasant numbers to hear, but I actually looked that up because we were talking about graduation. Bradley's coming up on graduation this summer. I was like, how long ago was that I graduated? And that was the number that popped up on my calculator that I flung across the room. No, I didn't. No, that's crazy though. How time just flies like that. I wouldn't have guessed that. Wouldn't have been my first guess. Renee says Megazone 23 parts 1 and 2, Lemsman and Crusher Joe and animes. See, I've seen some of that stuff like the Guyver and some of those anime movies. I never really got into them, but the ones that I've seen, I've enjoyed. I think it's a neat style of programming. Terrence says, when are you going to show Spider Baby? That is a good question. Maybe what I'll do, look, I was going to bring this up on this show, but in May, next month, folks, the Chiller Night Theater set will be moved to a new location. I'm not talking the virtual set that you've been getting accustomed to for the last couple years since that pesky COVID. I'm talking about the actual physical set, and maybe we'll have to kick it off with something like Spider Baby or something. I don't know that for sure. I'm just winging this right now as you're bringing it. But Spider Baby is one of the movies that it's definitely on the queue, on the roster to be playing. I didn't want to really play that. There's two movies that I didn't want to play. I do want to play them, but I didn't want to because I remember Samantha was going to host. Now this has been a while, and I don't know if she's still intending to do that, but I want to check with her first and see if she has an interest to do that. And if so, we'll do that in the new set that we'll be putting up here in May. So I didn't forget about it, but I just wanted to check with her. I haven't talked to her forever. Daniel says Doc Dredd rocks. Brad says it's a Chiller Night pre-show with Brian Hogue, starring Brian Hogue. Now here's Brian. What's on tonight? That was probably before I just showed the schedule, so I know there's a delay there. But I will show the first movie. What was it? Samson versus the Vampire Woman. We'll go over that schedule again here in about 15 minutes. I'll put it back up. But Samson versus Vampire Woman. It will be the 9 o'clock feature. So I hope you tune in. And oh my gosh, look at this. Totally unprepared tonight. Put these things up. What in the world, people? What in the world am I thinking? All right. Chili Pizza from Butler, David Long and crew. If you're watching, thank you for all the support you've always given to us. Chop Block TV. We are on the Chop Block TV Roku channel as well as Stream TV. And of course, over there on the opposite side of Boba Fett, the most feared bounty hunter of the galaxy, by golly, is Gross Fest. And we'll be bringing that information up again. They're halfway to Halloween event coming up on May 1st, Pittsburgh area. So, but anyways, I brought this up because, bring this down here, where can I put this? Where you can see this. We'll put it right there for now. Looks dark enough behind it. Streammedia.tv. If you're new here and you don't know what the heck, where can I find this amazing lineup of Chiller Night programming to watch beginning at 9 p.m. and on until about 3:30 in the morning? Well, you can go to streammedia.tv and check it out. There's a selection there at the top of the page where you can click on that and watch live. It'll say watch live. So something like that. Click on that and watch Chiller Night Theater all night long. It's crazy. But Brad says I graduated in 2003 in East High School in Erie, PA. 2003? Oh, you're so young. That's good. 2003, huh? Terrence says, Tom, were you on your home planet last week? Yeah. Tom says, you're a child, Renee D. What the name? Oh, 85. 85? Oh, he graduated. Okay, he's more along the line with me. I was 86. Lasercorn says, by the way, your metal mission for tonight. Ah, the metal mission for tonight. You ready? Lasercorn is giving us a metal mission for tonight. Yes, it's been a long time, he says. Is Deliverance by Opeth, whom I will be seeing tomorrow night in Pittsburgh. Bang your heads off. Ah, there you go. Okay, again. We'll do the drum roll again because it's a cool thing to do. Drum roll. Okay, Deliverance by Opeth. Thank you, Lasercorn. And have fun at the concert there tomorrow in Pittsburgh. Very, very near and dear to where I'm at, actually. Pittsburgh. So, Renee says, you look a little bit like Bob Wilkins in that picture with your suit on. Is that right? Bob Wilkins? The astonishingly interesting looking fellow. Bob Wilkins, who is that? That sounds really familiar. Who am I? What am I missing there? Tom? If he were here, I'd ask you to Google it. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm gonna look this up. I'm taking the time to do it because I want to know who the heck Bob Wilkins is. I know that I'm familiar with the name. Why can't I think of it right now? Bob Wilkins is a TV personality. Creature Features. Oh, okay. Well, that's where I've heard it. All right. Yeah, look at that. You kind of resemble that. I need the big, thick glasses, though. Almost looking like a Buddy Holly type of glasses. And as for the cigar that's in a lot of these pictures when I'm pulling up Bob Wilkins, is it was a nice day out today. I want to mention this. It was the first day that I can think of this year where it has been in the 80s. Actually hit 81 degrees out today. So myself and Ava, we were outside and we got out the old cigars. That's right. That's what we did. We were out there just polluting our lungs and enjoying the sunshine and the fresh air. So there's my cool baby. So let's see. All right, Renee says Bob Wilkins. Tom says, nah, life just got in the way last weekend. Terrence says, can't wait to see the new location, Brian. Thank you. It'll look the same, but we will be going to a. I mean, I don't know. There might, maybe I'll be so inclined as to make a few little changes there, but it'll be the same for the most part. Tom says, who looks like that? Like Bob Wilkins? I do. Brad says, if that's what you meant. Brad says, at the Stream TV studio in Oil City. Well, we'll be moving locations from that building. We'll be going to a different location. I'll be talking more about that. Maybe next week I'll be able to make some announcement, which is pretty cool. It's what I've been working on for a while. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to get things actually up and running and make public announcements. But things are going pretty good. Terrence says, probing takes time, huh, Tom? See, I think Terrence thinks that Tom is an alien from another planet. So I don't know. Tom says probing is fast. Lifting cows into the saucer is a challenge. Right? Yeah. Renee says the only metal shows I've seen since COVID were Body Count and Mayhem. Gonna see Hypocrisy anytime soon. And where will you be seeing this? Where's your neck of the woods there, Renee? Jeff says greetings from Texas. Well, we know Jeff's from Texas, so thanks for joining us. Thanks there, Jeff. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope so too. I know we are on our end. Daniel says, special note on Spider Baby. The late, great Sid Haig said that the entire cast and crew gave Lon Chaney Jr. a standing ovation after a particular touching scene. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, that's a good one. I know we've done it for Sleepy Hollow Theater. Jack has hosted that movie in the past, but not since we've been Chiller Night Theater. So we'll do it, and I want that one to be the characters, not just Brian in a tuxedo filling in for Jack Shadow. I'd like that one to be the actual characters. So Renee says, I believe in extraterrestrial aliens and UFOs. I would have to say I do too. I don't have any personal experiences with that, but I just think that there's too much going on, particularly with all the video footage that has been released and disclosed to the public. In fact, they are there. I don't. They just stop a little short as of who's actually controlling, the vehicles. So, I think we kind of know. Lasercorn said, "Awesome, Renee. I get the added bonus of seeing Mastodon tomorrow night as well." Oh, are they opening? I haven't been to a concert in a long time. It's been about 20 years. I mean, to give you an idea, it was Kiss, and Ted Nugent was opening up for them. So that was a while ago. Quite a while ago. It was on their farewell tour. But it was, obviously that didn't last. But it was the original band members, Peter Criss and Ace Frehley. So that was cool getting to see them. They're like that. Terrence says, Bob Wilkins hosted Creature Features. Yes, yes. Am I that far behind? There are tons. Wow. Okay, tons and tons of of comments. I'm sorry, I'm falling behind here. Let's see. Vincent Van Dole hosts Creature Features now with his butler, Mr. Livingston, and his ward, Tangella. That was Terrence said that. John says, I'm still waiting for that clone technology so I can have a newer, younger version of me running around. Or at least get that useful restoration formula made already. Yeah. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I don't know what's all going to be available. I don't know what's all available right now, actually. I tend to think that there's a lot that we have access, or we don't have access to the general public, but I think there's a lot more out there available than what we are aware of. So, well, like clone technology, you say, the ability to clone an animal, we've done that. We've done that. You're telling me that someone hasn't cloned a human being? I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a minute. And he says horror and sci-fi rocks. Definitely do. That's what brings us back every week. That's for sure. Brad says, "Oh, the Stream Media TV studio is moving." Well, their part is kinda. They are, and I'm moving my studio because the building that they're in right now, at least the Oil City, it's not just in one building, but the building that's in Oil City is being sold. So they still are operating in Titusville, and it's kind of weird how it's not weird, but it's more than one location. But the location in Oil City where my set is at is not going to be available after the month of May. So fortunately, I have secured a new venue for that and some other things coming up. So and I'll be talking more about that next week as soon as I get a little uncomfortable, until I get when it gets a little closer. I'll tell you what, next week I'll probably be happy to make some information known to you chiller maniacs. But the set is included in that. So Tom says, my avatar pic is me with an alien head on, Brian. Oh yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. Um, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that, but I do recall that now that you mention it. Let's see. Renee says I saw a body count at Aftershock Fest, Mayhem at the Regency Ballroom, and Hypocrisy is going to play at Cornerstone in Berkeley. Okay. Cool, cool. Terrence says, I want to believe. Q X Files theme. Yeah. Excellent show, by the way. I was hooked on that back in the day. Renee says, Elsie, Exorcist, and Beyond the Door. Jeff says, enjoy your days in the 80s. We won't get below 90 degrees until October. I'm okay with that, though. I'm okay with that. I guess I must adapt easily because I actually enjoy all the different seasons. So, and I'm okay with the hot weather, um, especially if I'm on the beach, which I hope to be at some point this summer. So, Laser Quinn says Hereditary and The Witch for me, Renee. Tom says I worked on the CD art for Slayer's Decade of Aggression album back in the early 90s. What? Did you really? That's pretty neat. That's about the sum of my exposure into the genre. Wow, that's pretty neat. You worked on the CD art for Slayer's Decade of Aggression album. That's pretty cool. I think that's a pretty big deal. That's pretty cool. Terrence says, remember when Homer Simpson cloned himself with a magic hammock? No, I don't remember that, but that sounds pretty hilarious. I must have missed that one. Was that one of the Tree House of Horrors? Lasercorn says, then again, I've always loved Dario Argente's work. Brad says, if that's true, they better put Stream TV back on Roku, LOL. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. I don't know. I haven't heard any word of that coming back on Roku, but I would love to see that. John says, here's your first horror homework for everyone on TCM presents, I like that, horror homework. All right, John, where are we going? Here on TCM presents a marathon of movies Wednesday 27th starting at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Classics like The Thing, 1951, Forbidden Planet, The Fly, and other great movies. Also, Mark of the Vampire with Bela Lugosi. I have that one. Just not too far from my reach. With Bela Lugosi. Lionel Atwill will be on TCM Thursday at 3 p.m. Very cool. All right, so there you have it. Horror homework. Brad says, at least you can more with that studio now, Brian. At least you can. Well, I could always at any time go to the other one. It was just it got to be very easy for me to use the virtual set. So that's what I've been doing. It was just kind of I got kind of used to using that, and because it was something just packing everything up, heading to the studio, going through the process of putting on the costume and stuff, and while all that equipment's being set up and everything. So I don't know. It just got kind of. I guess I got kind of lazy in a way, with the the practicality of being able to do it from here, and at not just the practicality, but the necessity of doing it here at first, anyways, when all this craziness started, March of 2020. That's when I scheduled. Every Friday night there was going to be a new show, not knowing what was coming in March, but I had already told you guys I was going to do it, so I stuck with it, and we got through it, but yeah, it'll be a little weird getting back into the physical set, But I'm looking forward to it. Terrence says, yes, it was a treehouse of horror. Okay. For Homer. Brad says, do more with the studio. Yeah. I'm actually even wondering if I can have a live audience, because that's a possibility also. Not only a live audience, but I am really looking into what it would take to do live shows from the studio. So that amongst other things that I'm really working on, we'll see how things go. But I'm excited. We'll see how things. Oh, it's 8:33. I'm going to put the schedule back up again at 9 o'clock. In less than 30 minutes now. Samson versus the Vampire Woman. 10:45. Killers from Space. 12:10. The Snow Creature. And 1:35. Kill, baby, kill. Again, take note of the times there. They are not like we used to for so long on here. We were just, we had a set schedule. Now, like I just showed you, it starts at, this 10:45, 12:10, 1:35. What I did was if it stopped at 12:12, I just bumped it to the next 5-minute increment, to start it at the 15 mark or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm talking about. But that's what I did, and hopefully everyone's enjoying that. I had somebody that I was just talking to this week mention to me that they like that type of lineup, without those gaps in between like we've done before. So hopefully everyone's enjoying that. I haven't heard anything negative about it anyway, so, there's that. Terrence has seen any recent horror flicks? Any recent? I've not. I haven't. Has anybody seen any recent horror flicks? Anything that was worth talking about here? I'm curious. I don't think we have. Ava, I don't know if you're watching. Have we watched any recent horror movies? I can't think of anything. I'm drawing a blank. Let's see. Tom says, live, or live, or live online? No, live for that would actually be broadcasting on the local television channel, as well as online. On Stream TV, I'll put it this way: on Stream TV, it would be directly on Stream TV. So, which would be online for most of you viewers, and there might be some on here that live in that area, but that's what I'm looking to do. Tom says, I guess I should ask live people or live online audience. Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was saying a live audience. Jack's so used to to a dead audience, I guess, right there in Castle Shadow. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm very. I've been working on some things, at least on paper, since the beginning of the year. I actually thought that it's been a slower than I wanted it to be process, but because I really didn't think I was going to have time to even be doing these Saturday night shows at this point. But I'm going to try to see if I can set them up. Maybe I'll be doing some of these from the studio in the very near future. I won't know until I actually get in there and start working with stuff. So We'll see. It'll be pretty cool. I'm sure by next week I can make some kind of announcement so you'll think, what the heck's he doing? What the heck's he doing? Well, I will hopefully be able to just say say some stuff for next week. Um, but we will see. And coming up, I do want to mention this. The folks at Gross Fest are doing a halfway to Gross Fest Halloween, halfway to Halloween event. It's free admission and it's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's going to be at Willow Station at 3841 Willow Avenue in Pittsburgh. So if any of you are close to Pittsburgh, you want to stop on in. That's going to be on May 1st. That's Sunday, May 1st. There's going to be vendors, food, beer, and much more. So, and I haven't seen David and Diana on here tonight, but they are going to be there as special guests, as local filmmakers, plus the various local filmmakers, artists, authors, and more. So there you have it. That will be Sunday, May the 1st. Now, I am, as of yesterday, when I kind of finalize things, I don't know what my schedule is going to be like now, particularly on, well, not particularly. I'm bringing up May 1st. I was planning on going. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go there. But I hope if you get a chance to go, I still might. But I hope if you guys get a chance to go, that you stop in and look around and maybe say hi to David and Diana if they're there. If I do go, I'll be sitting there at the table with them. Brad says it's a good testing subject at the studio. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what's all involved in what I need to do to make that happen. The live, I'm talking. No, now hear me out. I'm talking Saturday nights at 9 o'clock to make that a live show. That's what I'm talking about. Now, it may happen. It may not. I might find out that it's more trouble or money than what I care to make happen at this time. But I don't know. I'm going to get in there and set everything up and see amongst everything else going on. So we'll take a look at it. And wouldn't that be cool, though? I think that would be really cool. It would be too much for me to do alone. That's why it was kind of practical to do the online shows, the Friday Night Frights, online and only online. On YouTube and Facebook, like I was doing, like we're doing here with the pre-show, of course. But I really would like those to go directly onto Stream TV. That's where I see this headed. I would like that to happen. So, and maybe if I can figure that out, this show right here, that might end up on Stream TV. You never know. That's been discussed. So that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty neat, I think. The hour before the programming to actually be on Stream TV. Paul Lee says, howdy, Brian. Hey, Paul. Thanks for joining us. Terrence says, I've heard a new horror film from Sundance called We're All Going to the World's Fair. I heard it's really good. It's called We're All Going to the World's Fair. Huh. I've not heard of that. Interesting. Is it out? Is it out yet from Sundance? Huh. Brad says time will tell, Brian. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Let's play it by ear, he says. Yep. It is only, the best way for me is to just get in there and work with the stuff and see if it works. So, yeah. Richard B. Happy says, Renee Cruz, Beyond the Door. Condi Rogers says, hello, Brian. Hey, Condi, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of that movie, Terrence. Never heard of it. You say you heard it's really good. Terrence says, it's a small indie film, and it just came out only in theaters now. Okay. All right. Well, if anybody sees that, let us know how it was. I haven't been to a theater in quite some time. I think the last movie I saw was, I think when I took the boys to go see the Black Panther. I mean, that was a while ago, but that's the last time I think I can remember being at the theater. And that was after The Last Jedi. I remember, regretfully so, going to the theater to see that one. But you know, this new movie, what was I seeing now? Oh, Batman, the Batman movie. I started watching that on HBO, on the streaming channel. And wow, that's a long movie. I haven't finished it. In fact, I was sitting there for long, I was sitting there watching this thing for, well, it turns out it was like an hour and a half. And I'm like, how much longer? And then I paused it and I wasn't even quite halfway through. The thing is like over 3 hours long, or 3 hours. It's just, I don't know. I can't imagine sitting in the theater watching that. I really can't. I'd have to get up and move around. Tom says, that We're All Going, etc. came out last year. It's on Amazon, apparently, and it's listed on IMDb. Oh, is it? It's on Amazon right now, huh? I do have that one. Maybe I can check that out. Tom says, I saw the Batman last Sunday. Was better than I expected to be. I know I thought was cool about that, though. I think, I can't think of the actor's name. I know he was on Twilight, and I know just that whole idea. I was playing snob, the one thing that I hate, but I was doing it myself, I admit. But I was kind of like, oh, why did they get him the? But I'm telling you, I think he's playing a very a very good part there, as Bruce Wayne and the Batman. I think he's doing pretty good, and I like the one part. I know many of you, probably most of you, if not all of you, I don't know, well, except for Tom. Tom says Robert Pattinson. I think he's a good actor, and I like this one part because it's an early Batman. It's a young Batman, and I like this one part where he comes up to the edge of a building and whoa, like you never see Batman doing that, and that tells like how early he is into the crime fighting business. But I love stuff like that. I love just a split second enough to show that he's human. That he's actually took a second for it to register that I must ran off the edge of the building. You never see Batman do it. He's always too cool and too dark and brooding and too ninja-like. But I love seeing that. It's like, that's kind of cool that they made him, like us for just a second. Anyways, let's see. Terrence says, Tom, you're right. I only heard about it a couple days ago, and it's in some theaters. Renee says, Richard, it's like The Exorcist. Beyond the Door? Oh, it's like The Exorcist, huh? Brad says, I'd fall asleep for a movie that long. Yeah. I couldn't do it. It's hard for me to sit through a 2-hour movie. When I see it's 2 hours, I'm like, ah. So I'm glad that it's on the streaming service because I wouldn't go to the theater. I can't sit through a 3-hour movie at a theater, but I can watch it in sections, at least from the comfort of my home. That way, if I do fall asleep, it'll be all right. It'll be socially acceptable. Renee says they even made up Beyond the Door 2 and 3. See, I'm not familiar with that movie, Beyond the Door. Renee says, I think it's Italian movies. Interesting. Glam. Hey, Glam, thanks for joining us. Hey all, sometimes being an adult is overrated. So glad that part is over. I can get back now to the best chat on the interwebs. Oh, well, thank you for joining us and participating in our chat. Um, Renee says, Evil Speaks with Clint Howard. Evil Speaks with Clint Howard. I see, that's interesting. I've not heard of that one either. Now, have you seen that movie, Renee? Is that a? Have you seen it? And would you recommend that one? Glam says, "Hey, Brian and Ava, Lasercorn, Terrence. Hey, Glam." Terrence says. Tom says, "Glammy." Renee says, "Pinhead says your suffering will be legendary, even in hell." Let's see, the box you open it, we came. Let's see. Tom says it's definitely a 3-hour flick. Yeah, the Batman. Renee says we have such sights to show you, the Cenobites. Yeah. Richard B. Happy says, yes, I was just pulling your string, lol. I saw it in Hollywood when it came out. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm trying to see if I have anything else on the queue here. Again, I want to bring this up again. If you've jumped on here since after the beginning of the show, if you're just jumping on here, we have been doing the pre-show now for 4 years. I missed the anniversary, the opportunity to do an anniversary show, which would have been last week. I missed it. I've just had so much on my mind that I've been trying to do and keep up with that I totally missed that last week. And I like to say, I put this up earlier, but if you're just jumping on here, that was from the 3-year. I'm cheating. I just threw a 4 up. But happy 4-year anniversary last week. I can't believe I missed it. I can't believe I missed it. But as of last week, we've been doing the pre-show for 4 years now, as of last week, and it started right there on the phone. It wasn't even this phone; it was another phone. But yeah, just me getting on the phone, telling people about getting on the FaceTime, and then I started doing them at the same time on. I had 2 cameras set up. I had one set up for YouTube, and then one set up for Facebook. I didn't know you could multi-stream. I didn't even know what that was. So, and then I found out about Restream and the ability to multi-stream, and so and now here we are. And then 2 weeks ago we had Tom Paisley beside me. So we've really come quite far there in the last 4 years with our ability to entertain you and make this hour go by in a good way. Let's see. Brian says, do the anniversary next week. Well, you know what I think I'm going to do, because it's so close to May 7th. May 7th is coming up. Now, the reason I'm saying May 7th, it wasn't May 7th back in 2008. It was like the 2nd or 3rd. But obviously the days are going to be different on that Saturday. But I take it the first Saturday of May. And that's why this one falls on May 7th. But that will be the 14-year anniversary of the hosted horror program. Of Jack Shadow being a horror host. 14 years on May 7th. So on May 7th, we'll probably do something where we do something with the pre-show. I'll probably just save it for that coming up because it's so close and I missed it last week. Let's see. Renee says, we'll tear your soul apart. And the girl says to Pinhead, go to hell. So, Glam says, have a great time at the show, Lasercorn. Snap a neck for me. Tom says, you need to X out of that 3 and put the 4 right beside it just to be extra silly. 34 or 43? Yeah. Well, just In a blink of an eye, it'll be that. Hey, we were talking earlier about graduating, and this summer will be 36 years for me. So, yeah, those numbers go a little bit too quick. What Renee is that's so funny though, the pinhead stuff. Did you guys did you watch all this? I haven't. I'll admit I know I do the horror hosting and all that, but I gotta admit I haven't seen all the Hellraiser movies, Pinhead and all that. But I thought the first few of them. I've only seen like the first two of them, I think, and then they have, I don't know. I think they have about 200 of them out right now. Neat idea. Tom's. Oh, I already read that one. Bonehead says, "Wow, Brian, you mean I've been bugging you for 4T? Oh, for 4 years? Yeah, yeah. Isn't that something? I think it went quick. It's going quick. It's going quick. So, but I think back to starting. When the first show was Sleepy Hollow Theater with Jack Shadow. Um, I look back at that, with Ava and I doing that, throughout the years and the various haunted houses, and I just can't. In a way, it does seem that long, but in other ways, I just sit and I'm so baffled by that. Like, how did the time fly by so quickly? That I don't know, but oh, Renee says 6 or 7 Hellraiser movies. Is that right? That's something. Terrence says, yeah, I've seen all the Hellraiser movies. Yeah, 6 or 7 of them. Glam says, happy anniversary, Brian. Something that special deserves more than just a day-long celebration. Yeah, I thank you. I need to, maybe on May 7th, I will do something, because this is so close now to the next anniversary thing. What I'll do is probably wrap everything up into a big anniversary, something going on that evening, whether it just be this or what. We will see, but I'll be thinking about it. I'll be thinking about what I can do. Let's see. Renee says, there was that Hellraiser movie, the one in outer space. I was thinking about that. I thought that they did one in outer space, but I didn't know what it was called. I mean, but yeah, that's crazy. Bonus says, wondering how you put up with me for so long. Oh, there's nothing to it. Renee says, Winchester Mystery House and the Mystery Spot in Santa Cruz are haunted. Is that where you are at right now? In Santa Cruz? Bonehead says, hey, hello, Chillinite crew. Tom and my ghastly ghoul friend, Miss Glamfangs. Bonehead says, hello, Brian and Miss Ava. Hello! I don't know if Ava's watching or not. I think there's some company. I think her boy and his girlfriend came over. But Terrence says, even Jason went to outer space. Yeah, Jason X. That's so stupid. But I had to. I own it. I own a copy of it. Jason 10. It's just wow. Why not? If you're getting that far in the franchise, at that point, why not? Just go for it. Be as silly as you want to be at that point. Good Lord, if you're getting people that are still watching it. Glam says, hey, Bonehead, bugging people is my shtick. Bugging, let's see, Lasercorn says, you're on, Glam. Just listen to Deliverance for me tonight. Renee says, no, I live in San Francisco, but those places are in the Bay Area. Okay. How are things in San Francisco? See, I'm over just north of Pittsburgh, and it was a lovely day out here today. It was blue sky, 81 degrees, which is the nicest weather we've had in quite a while. So how are things over in San Francisco. Wait there, I know there's a delay. Hopefully well over there. Bonehead says, sorry, my spider baby, Miss Glam, I'm really good at being annoying. My spider baby. Raymond says, Brian, I just woke up. What? Well, thanks for joining us there, Raymond. Oh, geez, we're at 8:58. Holy cow. All right, let me put the schedule in just 2 minutes, apparently. Samson versus the Vampire Woman, right there on Stream TV at streammedia.tv, streammedia.tv at 10:45. Killers from Space, and at 12:10, just 10 minutes after midnight, the Snow Creature. That's a fairly new episode, a couple weeks old. 1:35 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Kill Baby Kill. So there you have it. There's the lineup. There it is. Look at it. And streammedia.tv. If you go there, you can go to the top, click Watch Live, and you can watch that. Richard B. Happy says, Frisco was fabulous in the early and mid-70s. Now it's too congested. Oh, is that right? I've never been over there at San Francisco. John says, you have been watching the Chiller Night pre-show, Brian Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand. Reminds you that you have some horror homework to do next week. So study hard until next Saturday night. Stay chilled and keep thrilled. All right. Glam says, that's just part of your charm, Bonehead. Al says, good night, everyone. Hey, Al, thanks for joining. I haven't seen you on here, so thanks for joining us. Tom says, the coldest I've ever been in summer I spent in San Francisco. All right. Good night, y'all. See you next week, Tom says. Okay, it looks like we are wrapping up. Folks, thank you, everybody, for joining us, participating. Just a fun hour. So Renee says, thank you, awesome live Saturday night horror show. Well, thank you, Renee. And hopefully you all get a chance to jump on over to streammedia.tv and continue with the Chiller Night programming beginning at 9 o'clock. So I will shut up and let you do that. And have a good night. Have a good Chiller Night. See you next week.